reacting to a video that hopefully answers the question that I asked during the Godzilla X Kong movie, which is, why did Godzilla kill Scylla? Why did they fight in the first place? It was kind of out of nowhere, and honestly, it didn't really last long. The video was by Goji Center. Let's dive right into it.
Scylla was first introduced back in 2019 in Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Yep, and she ended up, Scylla's a girl, right? I'm gonna go yes.
And woke up a good number of titans
Scylla
around
ended
the
up
world to
bowing
wreak havoc,
to Godzilla,
death, and destruction.
if you remember that.
And of course, someone like
At the end of
Scylla
that
was going to wake up. Why? Okay, where to begin? Research conducted by monarchs studying this titan classified this one
I
as
like
a
Scylla's
destroyer.
look, by the way.
Its malevolent nature
Looks crazy.
was the prime reason many people lost their lives in populated areas like Sedona, where it woke up, making its way to Phoenix and destroying numerous buildings in its path.
Well, here's one
But
reason
that's
already.
just
It's
her
destroying
way of being.
She,
What about
whatever.
her anatomy made her even more destructive? Pay close attention here, because this may lay bare additional reasons why the G-Man hates her so much. Let's bring Scylla over to the analysis platform. Note that this is her form during
20,000
the
tons,
events
by
of
the way.
2019. 6 legs tipped with sharp claws covering a very, very large area give her a range advantage over most other kaijus. Keeping
Godzilla
foes
just
away
reminded me
from
in the
her
bottom
more
right. If you
vulnerable
haven't yet,
body. If you
hit
do
that
make it
subscribe
past
button,
the long
please.
claw-tipped
Hit
legs,
that
then
subscribe
you'll have
button.
to deal with the bulbous shelled body with tentacles.
And hit that like
These
button while
may
you're down
look
there. Appreciate
fragile
you.
and weak, but they are very strong. Strong enough, in fact, to hold Godzilla's head in place. A more dark and scary use for these is picking up objects from the ground and putting those prey items into the mouth.
Oh
for
no, that's
consumption.
terrifying. I'm passing
Her
out.
armored body allows her
I
to
hope.
withstand the heavy pressure waves of blast weaponry, impacts from other kaijus, and survive getting thrown around. Although
Yo,
this
that is
monster
insane.
takes up a big area, this does not mean it is heavy compared to other titans.
I've never really went in
Listed at
depth
only
on
20,000
this
tons.
kaiju.
This makes her even lighter than Rodan. Size-wise,
Wait,
we're talking
really?
about 341 feet in this particular posture. However,
That's why she
because
was
of
getting
her leg
tossed in the
anatomy,
movie.
she could easily rear up and raise her body to heights that surpass Godzilla. As seen in Godzilla Kong, Scylla was able to position herself to have a good but brief height advantage against the G-Man.
Very brief.
But what about
Didn't
her does
last long.
Godzilla hate the most? Well, it's her insatiable appetite for one thing: radiation.
Oh,
To
so
Scylla,
she-
it is so addicting that she will
That's
go out
why
of her
he
way
hates
to
her.
confront Godzilla himself.
Okay,
in
I get it
pursuit
then.
Of this tasty energy source.
He wants the radiation.
For context, let's go back to this scene in
You already knew
GOTM
this.
after Godzilla had just killed Ghidorah.
Savage.
5 Titans appeared in Boston immediately after, surrounding Godzilla, ready to take him on, as per Ghidorah's command. After Godzilla didn't back down from the Angry Birds challenge, Rodan, along with the other 4, bowed to
Rodan
Godzilla,
said, "Nah, I'm good."
acknowledging him as the king of the
I'm
monsters.
all right. I saw what happened.
Just because you bow doesn't necessarily mean you fully accept this new ruler. Scylla here, and probably even Queen Muto here, were reluctantly bowing down to Godzilla. These two are considered
I didn't know
destroyers
that.
by nature, and will naturally follow another destroyer, Alpha Kaiju. Literally, as soon as all of these titans take off, Scylla would make a few stops before stirring up trouble again. After many
She said,
years
"Yeah, I
of
was just kidding."
hibernation and several days
I'll
of
bow for a
messing
quick
things
second.
up around the planet, Scylla was now hungry. So much to the point of madness. In Savannah, Georgia, Titanus Scylla made landfall on the coast, attracted to an inactive warhead laying off the shore. While the Coast Guard was trying to shoo her away, Godzilla pulled up to see what was happening, and
Godzilla
quickly
said,
grasped
"Look,
a good understanding
I'ma need
of
that,
what was
actually."
going on. Scylla was hungry, too hungry, and was going after this nuclear warhead that, if messed with, could explode and harm all the surrounding areas, killing both marine animals and humans alike. And Scylla wouldn't give a
Yeah,
but
Scylla don't care.
Scylla did.
Scylla just
About
wants
the
some food.
ecology, that is. Not so much humans. After lighting
To
up
laugh?
and reminding her who is the boss, she didn't care. She was not about to simply walk away from the tasty warhead. She was going to fight this time, putting her tentacles and long claws to good use, piercing the G-Man's hide, making him bleed. Enraged, Godzilla tosses Scylla.
See, I haven't
and
even
once
seen this
again
in the-
forces her to submit.
in the
Again,
comics.
she
I didn't see this.
want to, but she had to, or else she'd die here. Note that Godzilla didn't even use his atomic breath in this encounter. We'd like to think that here Godzilla developed some sort of hatred for Scylla.
Bro,
at this
the
point.
atomic
It
breath
was
that he
now
used
2
on
times where
Tiamat.
Scylla squared off against him. One where
I
she
wish that fight would have actually
threw
lasted.
hands.
That was some cheese
This
to
would
me.
not be the last time Godzilla would fight Scylla. At the end of the book, we see Godzilla blasting an alpha signal across the globe, commanding all Titans to chill or go dormant. Most of the Titans obeyed, but some didn't. We'll see who
Was
in
it
a little
Behemoth?
bit. An alpha
Nah,
Titan
bro.
in the Monsterverse would soon
Don't
learn
destroy
that
Behemoth.
keeping the world of Titans in order is no easy task. There will always be others who see you as a big target with everything to lose. After the events of Godzilla vs. Kong and the destruction of Mechagodzilla, Godzilla would again continue
That was such a
patrolling
savage
the
part of that
world,
movie.
putting out fires here and there. For 3 years, Godzilla was able to keep the peace until some dude named Raymond Martin and his multi-billion-dollar company started messing with forces he shouldn't
Oh,
have.
okay, yeah.
We're talking about the creation and development of the Titan Hunter, discussed in
React
depth in
that
a
one.
previous episode. To recap, in order to test this mech, the developers of this new
I need to
weapon
start
had
reading
to
some of
lay
the comics,
decoy
dude.
energy
Let me know if you guys
reactors to
read the
attract
comics.
The attention of Godzilla,
The newer ones.
like a distraction. The problem
I feel
was
like
that
I need to
Scylla
start doing
once again woke up and started looking for radiation. In one particular case,
Scylla
both
hungry.
Titans were attracted to the same energy source, the Kudankulam power plant in South India.
Yo, when
But we
Godzilla
need
went
to make
supercharged,
mention
that was
here
so
of who
sick.
got here first. Scylla. Yep, if there is one thing we learned in Godzilla Dominion is that Scylla is actually a very fast swimmer, using jet propulsion as a way of very quickly traveling
Jet
underwater.
propulsion?
Not even Godzilla
Wait.
can catch up to this one. While it is
That's
true
kinda
that
sick.
Godzilla would have probably detected this energy source
I mean, she
first,
is kinda like a
Scylla would
crab
probably
spider
get
looking
there
thing, so,
faster
like,
if both Titans were traveling
makes
on
sense.
the Earth's surface. Scylla attacks this plant, causing a nuclear meltdown. But the way she harvests this radiation is both bad and good for the environment. Let us explain.
Good?
Scylla is known to be a scavenger of Titans, arriving after a Titan event, scavenging for radioactive remains to consume. But since there was a lack of dead Titans around, Scylla now has to resort to nuclear facilities such as this one.
So wait, what's the
After
good
breaking
part
in,
for the
Scylla has
environment?
the ability to expel a pollutant gas that absorbs the radiation and prevents it from spreading. This gas then gets siphoned up by Scylla. This is how she eats. After Scylla was done, we
That's kinda
see
crazy.
that Godzilla
And here
pulled
comes
up
Big G.
too late. 2 days later, Scylla arrived for another source in the UK, a uranium pellet manufacturing plant in Preston. 6 hours later, Godzilla again shows up after she had already left. Then again, down in Italy, Scylla
Dang.
attacks a hidden U.S.
Scylla's
nuclear
quick,
arsenal,
dude.
absorbing the radiation of 30 missiles. This time, Godzilla heads straight to the Mediterranean Sea. Godzilla now knows what's going on here and waits for her to make one more
He said,
final
"Yeah, I'm gonna
move."
find you.
Yeah, the giant crab cephalopod kaiju was only stockpiling nuclear radiation to make a run for the title of Alpha. The end game here was
So does
for
it
a
make her stronger?
nuclear-enhanced Scylla to go
Okay, yes, it
toe-to-toe
does.
with the top G. Would this work? Let's find out.
I wouldn't think so
Moving
from what
ahead
we
to the
saw, you know
events
what I'm
of
saying?
GXK, the New Empire, year 2027.
It was
It's
quick,
been
too,
almost
bro.
3 years since their last encounter, and now Godzilla is ready to square up once again to finish this once and for all.
Godzilla had just woken
All
up.
Those assaults on humanity's
Scylla had
nuclear
been
stockpile
charging
led to this
radiation-wise.
moment. Her ability to
You know what I'm
outpace
saying?
Godzilla to rapidly consume radiation made her believe that this time she didn't have to run away and feel prepared to face the Big G.
Yeah.
Here, though, we see a bit of
Look at that
difference in her
shoulder ram,
coloration.
bro.
What happened? Scylla
That boy
takes on
strong.
this red-orange coloration similar to that of a crab. We'd like to think that the vast consumption of radiation, along with the amount of time spent underwater, led Scylla to evolve into a different colored kaiju. Perhaps
So she's
even
been
shedding
evolved.
her exoskeleton to a more upgraded version.
I thought she
optimized
looked
for
cool, but like,
underwater
as
life.
we saw.
This didn't matter. As
Didn't
we
matter.
see Godzilla
Nah.
charge towards Scylla. Godzilla's past experience with this Titan.
My man
made
hit
him
her with that
adopt a
Conor
new
McGregor
strategy against
shoulder.
Scylla's long reach and sharp claws. Rushing. Godzilla wastes no time trying to parry these legs and runs straight past them, inflicting a heavy blow at Scylla's main body, stunning her and giving the G-Man the opportunity to grab her limbs and throw her considerably lighter body like a rag doll.
Like a
Now
rag doll,
it was
indeed.
time to finish this.
Look at that toss,
Throwing
dude.
Scylla on the floor made it difficult for her to stand up, given that her body was upside down. Godzilla quickly jumps
Yo.
and stands right above her body, bringing her legs down with his immense strength.
Now, she
And
could have
despite
stabbed, you know
getting
what I'm
his
saying?
face smothered by Scylla's
Maybe, but,
tentacles,
like-
Godzilla's jaw muscles managed to open wide and blast
Yeah.
Scylla with the kiss of death.
The kiss of death,
The
what do you do?
buildup of extremely hot temperatures causes the insides of Scylla to boil and increase in pressure. Here is where she dies.
It's Godzilla,
With
you know.
no other exit
Scylla
to
was not
release
about to
this
beat
pressure,
Godzilla.
The entire shell of Titanicilla bursts open, spreading her blood and cooked organs all over the surrounding terrain.
I mean,
Godzilla
that is what
had
happened.
enough of this Titan and had to kill her now before she became even stronger and
It
a
was
more
so
menacing
quick, man.
threat. But
It maybe
Godzilla
lasted like
was
20
just
seconds.
Getting started. Up next on Goji Center, the G-Man continues his warpath, this time setting his sights on Titanus Tiamat.
Okay, good. I want to
Don't
see like a
forget to
breakdown of
subscribe,
that.
and we'll
Because
see you
I
in
feel
the
like it
next
didn't last
episode.
long at all. Or at least as long as it should have. Scylla definitely should have been dominated. But Titanus Tiamat, I feel like they should have gave Tiamat, you know, a little bit more respect. Let me know what you think in the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching with me. I love y'all. Goodbye.